Hi everybody, this is Ginger and this is Ginger's Chat Show. And I hope all is well. Oh, come on. Sorry, I'm having problems with my mic. It's not, apparatus is not working properly. There we go. Now we got it fixed. Um, anyway, hey Nancy! How are things in your neck of the woods? Hi Dorothy! Good to see you guys pop on. Now that I fixed the issue, or Facebook fixed the issue, I think Facebook has been getting an earful. Anyway, we'll talk about a couple of things today. Um, and I'm sure that there will be videos of it later on. Right now, it's just, they're still trying to get the information and everything. Today, Trump Jr. will be testifying against his father and testifying in the fraud trial and trying to give the judge reason why not to disgorge assets and everything else. Trump Jr., like his dad, is not very smart guy. Okay. I swear half the time he is on drugs. Uh, um, Somewhat addled. Okay. Um, so, it's going to be interesting. The Trump organization has already been found guilty of fraud. It's just a matter of the process of putting the Trump organization out of business in New York and not allowed to do business anywhere in New York and maybe possibly in other states. If Trump, since he is a vast organization, it will be shut down. So, he's going to lose his assets. He's going to lose his golf courses, his the Trump Tower, his plane, his Mar-a-Lago. He's going to lose that. I don't know about the kids, what they're going to, how much they will be affected. I'm pretty sure it's going to affect their inheritance and everything. As you know, some of the kids are very, very selfish, like their father, and they're kind of somewhat greedy. Now, the other kids, I don't think not so much, because they've been forging their own path, like Barron and some of the other younger ones, and they go, nope, not for me. I'm going to be working my way to my goals. So, um, so we'll see how that goes. Right now, mine is that was supposed to go live, but of course, the fraud trial's not televised, but they do have reporters or somebody in there to observe all that's going on and what's happened. And then after the trial is over, and of course, the DC trial is supposed to happen soon. Hi Loki. Um, Trump is really in trouble for that. Well, his lawyer, Adela or whatever her name is, uh, during her interview with Newsmax, which is the far right wing news, so-called news organization, uh, they're basically mostly on conspiracy theories and a whole bunch of not very truthful crap. That's how I put it. Um. Anyway, the his lawyer Adela or whatever her name was, she said, well, she's daring the judge to put her client in jail. Well, if Trump doesn't keep his mouth shut and keep violating his gag orders, he will be in jail, and he should be in jail. and he should not be allowed to, as far as I'm concerned, Trump has lost all rights because he violated the law. He should have been told what the penalties are, and of course, obviously, he doesn't care. He thinks he's still above the law. Well, he's going to find a rude awakening by the spring. And also, as far as his campaign goes, um, he keeps fleecing people, and that's got to stop there too. Okay, he's not using the money he's taking in supposedly for his campaign. Um, is to pay for his lawyer fees, and Trump is not really campaigning anywhere per se. He's not going hard at it like President Biden is right now. President Biden mainly is, he's multitasking. He's attending to nation's duties. The same token, he is running for president again, which is great. It's good, and we're doing well. Um, Gas prices have dropped down. The cheapest one in town here is the mobile station here. I think it's $3.58 a gallon or something. It's dropped down by a couple dollars. I would like to see gas drop down to 95 cents a gallon, or better yet, 20 cents a gallon, and just keep it there. I swear when they add the so-called gas tax, it's more of a junk fees just to keep gas prices high, and that's got to stop. Okay, a little hard to put a price on oil, really is. Um, so, let's see what else. Now, another thing is supposed to happen today, and I'm going to check with C-SPAN and see if they televise it. I'm pretty sure that they will. There is going to be a House vote on expelling. Um, hey, Linda. Oh, it's 3:29 where you are. Okay. Okay. Um, yeah, so it's kind of funny. You think when we're near a refinery up here, which we do have one up in Tacoma, you think our gas prices be lower instead of higher. Figure that one out, okay? Because they don't have very far to deliver gasoline. Of course, more and more cars now are going electric, and I'm glad I'm seeing that. Nobody likes the smell of car exhaust coming through town, even though they're supposed to have emission controls and everything on the cars. But well, when the cars get older and they break down and everything else, the emission controls are not cheap to replace. What are you doing, Loki? Loki's running around having the zoomies. So anyway, as far as George Santos goes, they're supposed to vote on it and giving him the boot out of Congress. And I hope they do. They need to. And they go, well, we don't want to lose our majority. Well, your majority is so thin, it's not even funny. You already lost 2 Republican representatives that are retiring and not going to be running for office next year. Or running now to run for office for the seat next year. And they're retiring. They're getting out of it. One lady that was from Texas, and she's been there for like 3 decades, and she goes, no more. She's 80 years old, and she says it's starting to take a toll on most of us, and the stress of having to travel and everything else, and stress of having to campaign, and she goes, no more. So she's retiring. And she's out of the Dallas area. She represents Dallas, Texas area, which is heavily GOP. But uh, more and more people are leaving the Republican Party. They really are. It's not what it used to be. They're not listening to us, the voters, the constituents, and we're looking at going independent or Democratic if they want to, or just go independent and caucus with the Democrats, um, which they always have. I never seen independents caucus with Republican. Mm-mm. Um, so if George Santos gone, this should give a writing on the wall to Jordan and to uh, Bulbert and to Green and say, look, this is what happened to you if you violate the constitution and the rules, house rules. So I think they need to investigate them as well. Um, Sorry, I got something in my eye. So I hope that happens. You know. Um, oh, and our gross domestic product went way up, which is great. Super, super. We're doing good because there's new innovation, new uh, jobs being created, um, and of course of AI being evolving. Uh, President Biden the other day signed a executive order that keeps regulates AI and what they can and cannot do and not allow it to do, um, which is good. He said it will create jobs, which it has, because AI being left run by itself, you still have to have human intervention. You still have to have human monitoring system to monitor what it's doing, and because like anything, like your computer and everything, that you have to constantly update it and keep it safe and everything else. Because majority of us today do most of our house administrative work on our computer. Um, so, like my daughter right now, she's working from home, but she's working at the contractor, and she's making very good money now. And I'm really happy for her on that. She doesn't have to worry about commuting. She can work when she wants to. She works on several projects, and they're sending more and more work her way because she gets it done. Okay, that's work ethic. That's what we need to instill in our kids and grandkids, work ethic, because it'll take you a long way. I don't think in Trump's case, while he was growing up, he was never taught that. Uh, he was never uh, properly disciplined. Let's put it this way, properly taught and disciplined. Because hypothetically, if I had a son that acted like Trump did, like biting or kicking or slapping a teacher or whatever, he'd be having his hand on the bottom and give him a thorough spanking and then be grounded. Uh, People say, well, spanking is violence. Well, I'm sorry, but sometimes that gives the point across. It really does. I mean, I very rarely gotten, when I grew up, I very rarely gotten spanked, maybe once or twice. But mom and dad did that at the last resort. Normally it's grounding or some other type of punishment. Just talk to you and say, okay, this is the right way to do it, and this is the wrong way to do it. You want to avoid the wrong way of doing it, type thing. And in Trump's case, he was never taught that. Or I think his mother tried to discipline him on it. Of course, his grandmother wouldn't put up with his crap. Um, she tried, but Trump Sr. kept interfering with discipline on it. I think it was part of the problem. They did not have a step boundary on disciplining Trump Jr. Um, so, you know, uh, people think spanking's wrong. Well, it is and it isn't. But there is a fine line between that and just spanking just because you want to spank. Now that's child abuse. When you spank and beat or whatever, that's child abuse. Now my maternal grandfather did that, and to his sons. And mom, when she was like 7 years old, reported the issue to her mom, and her mom said she confronted him with it and said, "Look, you just don't beat on her son just because you want to beat on him. So what's your problem?" Well, mom fell asleep on the kitchen table. This was after she got home from school, ate dinner, and then she studied, and she fell asleep on the table. Laid her head down, went to sleep. And my grandmother was going to take her upstairs and put her to bed. Well, Grandpa walked in, saw Mom laying her head down and sleeping on top of her homework, and Grandpa was going to beat Mom. She's 7 years old. And guess what Grandma did? She had at the ready an iron skillet, cast iron skillet, and she whacked him over the head with it and said, "No, you don't touch that child, and you don't touch the boys. Now either straighten up and have a talk about it, or you're out the door. One or the other." Well, guess what? He packed up his things and he left that night. He basically abandoned the family. And this was during the Depression. Okay? Yeah. And so after that, of course, Grandma nailed him in the divorce proceedings. He owed her big time in back pay because at that time, my mom's sister, was still under 18. So he got nailed to the wall on that one. And of course, needless to say, Mom's great-grandparents, his parents, were shocked to hear and learn about all that. And I'm sure these issues happen all the time in every family. I'm sure there's always some family secret or whatever, and you think, well, that's a dysfunctional family. Well, dysfunctional was not a term used back then, like it is now. But, you see the same problems repeat over and over and over again. And so, anyway, Mom turned out okay. My uncles turned out okay. My aunt turned out okay. Unfortunately, now they're all gone. But that's why Mom didn't like spanking that much. She left that up to Dad, but only Dad maybe spanked once or twice. And I learned my lesson, and I didn't do it again. I just didn't like getting into trouble, ever. And Dad knew, and Mom knew about my hearing issue because they know I don't always hear very well. And so they had to take that in consideration as well. So, anyway, we'll wait and see what happens in George Santos' vote. I hope that he'll be given the boot because he has been indicted and he pled not guilty on that charge, that fraud charge. Well, the company that he was using for his campaign for re-election kept doing it, and by law he was not allowing the donors to quit or stop any time. He still kept taking their money, and because he didn't leave any way out for them or anything, well, he got in trouble for that. So he's supposed to be. I think his trial's supposed to start sometime after the first of the year or this year or whatever. I don't know when it was supposed to start, but he will be finding himself in prison on that one for fraud. So, yeah. So, um, anyway, again, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna have this video stop anytime now. I'll be shutting down now. Because the news for some reason has been really late getting in, and so it's really hard for me to gather information, but I'll gather more and be ready for Friday. Now, as far as Friday goes, I don't know how I'm going to be feeling. Tomorrow I'm going to be getting my RSV shot, and for some people it hits them hard, and other people they just breeze right through it. So it depends on the person. So I'll be getting my RSV shot tomorrow, and it may not hit me until either tomorrow night or Friday morning. If it hits me hard Friday morning, I may not be doing my chat, my chat program. But I will keep you guys posted. And I'm still working on my Ginger's Headline store. I'm doing, with that, I'll be on-demand print products. So I'm going to be designing my Ginger's Chat Show items for that. And, because I'm trying to grow my audience and everything, I'm trying to figure out the new features that YouTube has added on to, the creators, and they're trying to make things easier for the creators, and so I'm still trying to figure that one out. So more and more creators are leaving Facebook and going to YouTube, because Facebook is now I don't know what Facebook's problem is. I really don't. Now, I don't know if any of you saw this on Facebook. Oh, your family basically abandoned you when you had your breast cancer, Linda? Shh, that's not being a family, okay? Um, right now, my sister's hoping that she'd be in remission. Did have the common form of thyroid cancer, but her thyroid was removed, and so she's okay. But a church friend's daughter, um, she has the very aggressive form of thyroid cancer, and now it's metastasized. It went to her spine. So, oh, the child social services. Hmm. You know, sometimes some agencies, government agencies, need to have smarter people in there and more people with empathy more than anything, and using common sense. It's really stupid. And why, the part that really bothers me, why are we doing this to ourselves? Really? I mean, why are we doing this to ourselves? Um, so anyway, I'll keep you posted on my store, and I hope to get up to at least 2,000 subscribers. I want to get up higher, and that way I could go live on YouTube and drop Facebook. I'm just not happy with Facebook. And Facebook is not protecting its users against hackers and people that, even Facebook is, of course, you know, I've been putting people into Facebook jail because they spoke the truth. Well, Facebook, you're violating your own community standards by doing that. The community standards you established. You can't have a double standard, and that's what you're doing. Oh, well, I'm sorry, but your kids need guidance and discipline. Okay. I only spanked my daughter once on something. I don't know, I forgot what it was, but I spanked her once, and you know what? She didn't do it again. She's a good kid, and she knows my tolerance level on some things, and I taught her right from wrong, and on her school education and everything else. She didn't get into trouble. Okay. Uh, you just have. I don't know what social services problem is on that. Somebody must have just overreacted. Okay. Well, I was lucky, Linda. I was only lucky to have one, because I had a very. It was somewhat easy pregnancy, but toward the end, I had a very difficult delivery, and so I couldn't have any more, unfortunately. So, okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I'll see you. Hopefully, see you on Friday. I'll keep you posted how I'm feeling and everything. Um, this is my last shot of the year. Um, when we get our yearly shots like the flu, COVID, and RSV, you know, just be sure you're vaccinated for those. Um, I've been very fortunate and lucky the last 3 years. I have not caught COVID. Knock on wood. Um, so I've been really careful on that. So I'm doing good there. Okay, guys, I will see you later. I will post this video on my YouTube channel. Ginger's Chat Show over there. Feel free to share. I will. I will, Linda. Feel free to share, insist, persist, and push back. Okay? Work is not done yet. Because we got to bring back the House totally next year and keep uh, get more Democrats in uh, the Senate too. So, anyway, love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye bye.